Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Chloe and Amanda, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Chloe's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give her when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Amanda is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand, which leaves her left hand free to then give the correction, which is a little tug and release on the training collar. The other pieces of equipment that we're using is a clicker for praise and reward and tell her she's doing a good job, and an occasional treat. Now she is laying down very nicely next to Amanda's left leg, and the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Chloe heel. At this point, Chloe has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. Not forging ahead, not lagging behind, and if you stop your feet, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So this should make walking her and controlling her after post-operatively for you, so that she understands that you're in charge and that when you stop your feet, she sits. The next command that Amanda just demonstrated was the sit-stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You do not use her name. It's just the firm command to stay. When Amanda returned back to her, she walked all the way around her, back to where they started, at heel position. And Amanda talks to her to keep her motivated, paying attention, tails wagging.
Stay.
That's another stay, hand and voice. And this time Amanda has gone the extent of her leash, and she will use her name and a happy voice and call her. Chloe, come. She's been taught to come and sit right in front of you facing your knees. Then she goes back to heeling. And Amanda will demonstrate that come on command again. Now, if she doesn't sit, you tell her no, sit, with a firm voice, and give a little tug on that training collar. And you can practice the sit, the stay, the come, all in your house. You don't have to go outside. If you're not feeling it on any given day, practice indoors. Back to heel. And she's a big girl, so we opted to do her video outside because she likes the cold. That's not a problem for her. And it gives us room to kind of show you.
Stay.
And you want to work up to a 3-minute long sit-stay. She calls her in again. Chloe comes and sits. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is her down on command, and that means lay down. She looks over at me like, why are you giving me commands? So Amanda's going to take her hand, push it straight down toward the ground, and say down and stay. Dogs hold their down stays typically longer than they hold their sit stays. And with this command, you can either return back to her, and you notice Amanda walks all the way around her for an additional distraction. And it's a trust issue too with dogs. Like when you get behind them, a lot of dogs that aren't stable don't like that. Keep her head up off the ground as much as possible, because at that point she's not paying attention. She's distracted by what's on the ground, so when you're walking with her, make sure you keep that head up. Notice that there's not a lot of room on that leash between Amanda's hand and the leash, or the collar, I'm sorry.
Down. Stay.
Down and stay. And with your down stay, you're going to find that as you practice with her, you're going to try to work up within the next couple months to a 5-minute long down stay. She'll be asleep in that amount of time. So Amanda just called her out of that down, which she did very nicely and very willingly. And it's not an easy command to teach. And she's going to do it one more time with her.
Stay.
Now she is using a treat, but you don't necessarily have to. See how she does for you. But I want to give you kind of, since you're recovering from surgery, I want to kind of give you a path of least resistance. If she's not doing it, you can use food. I know that you won't, but don't try to muscle her. Very good. So we have demonstrated for you her heel, her automatic sit, her sit and stay, her sit, stay, and come, and her down, stay, and her down, stay, and come. She has been a wonderful guest and a terrific student. We want to thank you very much for choosing Nora's, and we will see you tomorrow. I know you're excited.